Hi there, and welcome to episode 9 in our MPC Studio Masterclass series. Now in this episode, we're going to be mixing our beat by utilizing MPC's onboard Air Effects plugin collection, which delivers studio quality effects directly inside the software to enhance our music production. Now the first thing I'm going to walk through is MPC's inspector view, which you can open and close by using the I tab at the bottom of the software. Now the inspector view displays all of the key channel strip parameters that we need to mix our track. We can also hold down the mode button and press pad 8, which will open up our channel mixer, displaying all of our levels and all of our effects in one screen. So let's take a look at the inspector. Now we have our pad mixer view, which is the small square displaying individual volume, panning, along with mutes and solos. We can also insert up to 4 individual effects in our insert section. And then below this, we have 4 auxiliaries for applying simple effects such as reverbs, delays, choruses. Now on our insert effects, we can turn these on and off. And if we double click, we can open up the interface where we can change all of the parameters. So as you can see, the inspector is a real fast way that we can apply effects to our individual samples. Next, we have our channel mixer, which controls the overall level of our effects and our whole drum kit. So say we want to apply an effect across our whole drum kit, we can go and insert the type of effect that we want, which is now applied to the whole kit. So here you can hear a delay across our whole drum kit. We can turn that off, and then we can use our auxiliaries to apply reverb to the whole drum kit. And you'll also see that as we hit each pad, the inspector will update so we can see the individual pad level and the overall track level. We can also use the touch strip to control our levels. Here I can control the program level of the track, and if we now turn our dial to pad level, we can select a pad and you'll see the touch strip update. Now also when mixing, it's always good to pick a section of the song that we can work with, that we can loop around to balance our levels. So I'm going to work from bar 5 to bar 8, which will give us enough of our beat to work with. So without further ado, let's dive in and start mixing our beat. Now the first thing I want to change is my kick drum. Now I don't want to balance out the levels, I actually want to change the sound. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select our kick drum on pad 1. And basically I want my kick drum to be a little bit more punchy in the mix. And MPC software has got some great tools to do this. So we're going to hold the mode button down and press pad 6. That opens up Program Edit, giving us access to one of our key features, which is drum layering, where we can trigger up to 4 different sounds per pad. So I've added some different types of kick drums that we can try in our mix. So let's bring the volume of the first one down, bring our second layer. This is SY17, and this has got a nice punch to it. Now if we navigate to the right, each pad has up to 8 drum effects that we can apply, and one of these effects is soft clipping. So as we increase this, we're adding saturation and distortion to our sound, giving it more punch in the mix. So now our kick is knocking a lot harder in our mix. Now the next sound I want to listen to is our finger snap. So we're going to go to bank B. And for me, the sound doesn't have enough transients on the front. I want it to basically cut a lot louder in the mix without increasing the volume. So we go to our insert effects, and I've applied a transient designer from our Akai collection, which basically is like an envelope that adds a lot more front to the sound, and it will make it punch through the mix. So that's without. And now let's turn it on. So you can hear straight away the difference this makes to the snap. So let's have a listen to our mix so far. We can already hear the changes that's made to our beat. So now I'm going to select our rim shot. And what I want to do is use our auxiliary sends to apply some reverb. So as I showed you before, we've got different effects set up on these. So if we increase number 1, we've now got a little bit of space on our rim shot. Now, the great thing about auxiliaries is that we don't have to apply these effects to different tracks. We can basically go into our channel mixer and let's turn those off, and now you can see our 4 auxiliaries. So this one has reverb, so this will basically allow us to apply reverb to any track by using those sends. And then our next track has delay, and you can change these out to whatever you want, but it's a very fast way, and it also optimizes performance because you're not applying loads of plugins onto different tracks. So let's add some reverb on the clap using the auxiliary. And now let's play the beat. Now, another important aspect of mixing is stereo width, which is panning. So we're going to pan our hi-hats to the left and to the right. So this gives us a lot more space as well, because we don't want the same type of sounds occupying the same space. So let's pan these over as well. And now let's play our mix. So already we can feel that our beat has got a lot more space, a lot more punch. But I also want to treat some of our instruments. And another little technique is also this stereo panning. So I'm going to go to our pad, and there's a great plugin which is called Auto Pan. And this will basically move the pad from left and right as our beat's playing, creating more space. Now, I'm also going to add a filter to our pad. So what we're going to do, we're going to go up to our pad insert, and then we're going to go to our effects, and we're going to go to air effects, and here we're going to select our air filter. So let's double click, and this opens up the interface. And we're going to select a high pass filter. And what this is going to allow us to do is to remove some of the low end, which might potentially interfere with our bass, 808 and kick. So there's a lot going on the low end. So we've shelved everything from 150 downwards. And this is a very subtle change, but it helps clean the mix. So let's add the same process to our Rhodes track, which has got a nice chorus on it. And what we're going to do is we're going to add auto pan to this as well, which is already inserted. And let's bring up our send 1 for reverb and send 2, which adds some chorus to our sound. And the key thing with mixing is all about subtle changes. And then I'm going to go to our vocal samples and add some textures to those. So they're located on track 1, and we go to bank D. And I'm going to add a nice long delay. Now this is already on your project file, so just turn this on. And now that bounces left and right. It's a real nice ping pong delay. So on our next episode, we're going to be adding some lo-fi effects, and we're going to be controlling those using our touch strip. So until the next episode, see you next time.